Welcome to Who's on First Watch, a TTRPG actual play podcast coming to you from Brisbane, Australia. I'm Richard, your GM and host, and tonight we return to the Shattered Vale, a Daggerheart homebrew campaign set in a world shaped by war, consequence, impossible choices, and giant undead earthworm spirits. Before we enter episode 20, I'll introduce our cast. In no particular order, Sean.
Hello, my name is Sean, and I'm playing Thalendi Verther. I am a wild-born Minotaur juggernaut, having a sleepy nappy time.
Having little nine-eyes.
Nathan. Hi, I'm Nathan, and I'm playing Bjorn Eriksson, a stormborn warrior from the far north, and I'm getting my axe on.
Liv.
Hi, I'm Liv, and I play Kaya Velaros, our Veilbinder Threadkeeper. Kremlev and I just did a really cool thing, and I'm kind of psyched about it. Woohoo!
Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Phaedra, a Wanderborn Inferni bard who, you know, if the bloody Necro Wyrm wasn't bad enough, I've also just been strangled by my cow daddy, so, you know.
Well, we just found our title for the episode, and Kremlev.
Hey everyone, it's Harrison. I'm playing Kremlev. And whilst we've just done something really cool and awesome, I'm really worried we've shot it one round too early.
And as always, we would like to thank our supporters. First and foremost is Darrington Press. We are chuffed, stoked, and excited that Darrington Press are continuing to support our podcast from Brisbane, Australia by putting our content on their YouTube channel and supporting us on their Insta. So keep an eye on what they are doing and our posts coming out from them. Also, thank you to our musical collaborators, Blackwater Fever. Check out their alternative blues rock at the end of the episode, and if you like their stuff, go and check them out on Spotify. All right, now we get back to the game. The earth has just erupted before Bjorn, as the Necro Wyrm has burst from the earth, constructed from dead bodies and grave soil. It ruptured from the earth in front of Bjorn as he stands on the top of the ridge, just behind a burning inferno of a cult leader as he collapsed to the ground and fell to his knees. Over to you, Bjorn. Your action.
Spin round from having faced this cult leader, I flash a look of anger and irritation down at Kremlev for gazumping the cult leader and shooting an arrow that fucking close to me.
That's payback for the axe.
As you turn your gaze onto the creature as it is from the earth, you catch the look of one of the faces on this beast. You catch the look of an old comrade, recently departed, a comrade you knew as Lysa from the attack on Rich. The look of Lysa on this dead, pallid face, the dead eyes staring at you as the head rides past you. I will get you to take stress as you recognize this person. The idea of being caught and raptured as part of this creature's construct sends an icy shiver down your spine as you recognize your once comrade.
I just stand there not moving for not sure how to react.
You stand in shock as this creature rides in front of you and it be twisting upon itself and riding, and then it lashes out. One of the extremities of this creature slams into, or attempts to slam into the side of you, Bjorn. What is your evasion?
11.
You see it coming as it clumsily soars above your head. You duck easily under this as it whistles past. Over to you guys.
As I see the creature re-emerge from the soil, having just given a high five to Kaya, I'm going to look back quickly and dart out another arrow and sling it across at the big worm. 17?
With?
Hope.
Yes. Your arrow strikes inside this creature. Into some fleshy part of it.
As the arrow arcs through the air, I'm going to use my special poison to deal an extra point of stress to it.
Okay.
As well as deal a total of 15 damage.
Your arrow buries and almost gets lost in the writhing limbs and carcasses and stone and earth that it's made from. Still with you guys.
Seeing the worm come back, I go over to Thorlandi and I slap him right in the face. And as his eyes pop open, I'm like, you listen to me. We are going to get through this, but if you lose your head again, I will put you down. and I'm going to rally you. Once per session, I can rally my party, but I'm directing it just at him, and give him a d6 which you can spend and add it to the result of your action roll, reaction roll, damage roll, or to clear a number of stress equal to the result.
Whoa, that'll come in handy.
Pull him up.
You come to
I pull him up.
just sitting on you, just like yelling in your face.
And I pull him up, and then I like switch his head around to point at the worm.
What happened? Where was Arvia? What happened?
Noticing finally that Phaedra is not with me, I'm going to start looking around and just calling out for her. Phaedra? Phaedra?
So you come to the landing, and you can see your head's being pointed towards the valley.
Kill.
On the opposite side, this writhing mess of corpses embroiled in combat with your comrade Bjorn. There's also the cultists that were there as well. They're wheeling back and retreating away from this mess. And Kaya, who is still standing in the center of the valley, yelling out for her sister. And Kremlev, having just loosed an arrow into the side of this creature.
And then after he's taken that in, I'll pull his head back around, and I say, if you touch me or anyone else like you just did, I will put you down. Now get out! And then I'll sort of scurry off of him and let him go.
Okay, so I'll bring myself to my feet. I'm not quite sure what she's talking about, but I definitely recognize that beast the other side of the ravine. And I'm going to try to move up to far range by making an agility check. And I roll a 10 with fear.
You clamber across what is a wreckage of an environment, try and pick your way through all these bodies of dwarves and upheaval of earth, and you stumble and don't manage to make it you're trying to get to. You can't clamber up the other side of the ridge. You find yourself in the center, not far from where you originally started.
And I can imagine that my scar is just burning. I can just imagine it's just white hot, like it's just cripplingly painful.
So I can give myself and my ally, so I'm going to also take a d6 to clear my fucking stress.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
so you know. Thank you.
And I'm going to spend it now.
I'm going to get less stressed. 6!
Hey!
Yeah.
Bjorn, you notice the creature increased in size, and it seems to have absorbed more of the bodies from the surrounding area. Some of the fresh corpses of the dwarves have now been amalgamated into its carcass, and some of the rocks and stone around it as well. In marking its now much bigger size, as it's sticking out of the earth, it lays itself forward like a collapse just towards you and on top of you as it tries to squash you into the earth. And it succeeds. You don't manage to step out of the way as it crashes down on top of you. And you take 13 points of physical damage as it crashes down next to you.
I'll spend an armor point, which is going to represent my chain taking some of the impact.
Okay.
So that impact has sort of seems to have shaken me out of my reverie. I clamber to my feet and say, "No, you don't get to keep her," and bury my axe into this beast.
Chop that wood.
15 with hope.
That is a hit. Your axe cuts into this creature.
I'll re-roll that one with my... That's not good enough. And that's 21 points of damage.
Yeah, you hack into the side of it, and big lumps of dirt and some rocks and crumple away from its side. Still with you guys.
I'm going to look over to Kaya and see her screaming out for Phaedra. I'm going to say, "Go find her quickly. I'll cover Bjorn." And I'm going to turn back and I'm going to start rushing, not to engagement range, but just to get a little bit closer to this creature. And as I'm rushing, it's just the only thing I can hear is the sound of my heart beating in my ears and my feet smashing against the grass. As I get a little bit closer, I glide to one knee, draw out an arrow, and kind of divert its attention from Bjorn and let fly with an arrow. Oh, fuck. At least it's with hope. I got a 7.
Go scuff to your knees, and as you go to let go of the arrow, you notice that these two cultists are essentially wheeling backwards and retreating past you. And they catch your attention momentarily, and your shot misses and goes off to the side.
I was with hope, so...
Seeing his shot missing, I am going to mark my last 2 stress and swap back to my Book of Ava. You can see the physical toll that casting all of this magic is starting to take on me. It almost looks like I've dropped, like physically dropped, like kilos of weight from the sheer amount of effort it's been. Like, you can see my cheekbones are a little bit more sharp, my eyes are a little bit more sunken in, and I'm going to cast Power Push at the monster again.
Is it within range?
I mean, I'm still going to swap back to Milk of Ava.
Okay.
So I'm still going to mark my 2 stress, but yeah, within melee range. Shit.
Where are you?
I'm in the middle.
And the middle
I'm still in the middle of the
small valley.
Small valley. Whereas you're up on the ridge
One of
side,
the
ridge
ridge
line
lines,
behind
yeah.
me.
I'm at the ridge, okay. And they're on the other side.
Yeah, and the worm's on the other side of the ridge.
So I am as far away as possible.
You are very
You're
far.
so far. Okay.
You are very far.
Okay. Good to know. Now that Thrilandi has charged off, I will turn my attention to Kaya, and I will start running towards her to grab her and get us out of here. Because
Okay. Are you going to make a full move through the terrain?
Yeah, I'm just going to
Well,
sprint.
Give me an agility check, please.
Going to sprint and fall on my face. Great. So that is a 9.
So, with fear, was it?
But I am so enraged by what is unfolding, and my friends and some people who I don't think are my friends now about to be murdered by a giant worm. I will use my Inferni ancestry, Fearless. When you roll with a fear, you can mark 2 stress to change it into a roll with hope. So
So fuck you, Jim. That's why.
I think someone just threw down.
Someone wants to
drop.
die.
look at all this stuff I'm doing. It's great. So it is still only a 9, but with hope. So woo.
You don't manage to get as much ground as you like,
Oh.
scrambling over all this upheaval of earth and rocks. So, yes, you struggle to get to as far as you would like, but you do not take any stress or any damage as you're cutting your knees as you continue to scramble forward. But it's still you guys, because nobody will roll with fucking fear.
Oh, Papa, I'm going to run into this thing as fast as I can. So I'm assuming I can do an agility roll to run the distance?
Correct.
Don't fuck it up.
I rolled an 11 with fear.
Unfortunately,
It's still limping.
yeah, but and not only that with your limp, but also because the earth's been so churned, it's like imagine like trying to climb over a tunnel that's been dug with no supports. Like it's all the sand and rocks is falling in on itself.
I'm going to shout out, "You need to run! You need to run!"
The writhing rock Necro Wyrm turns once again. The faces don't seem to have any real sentience the more that you observe this creature. But as it turns, this time the tendrils that have these dead eyes and dead faces among them peel to the side, and you can see this maw of rock-eating mandibles display in front of you, and then it lunges forward and tries to consume you. Now we're talking. Why am I so happy about it?
Because we've rolled about 8,000 damage.
8,000 damage. Okay. It crashes onto you that's more open, and you take 29 points of damage, Bjorn, as it scrapes and tries to grasp hold of you and crush you into oblivion. And 2 points of that are direct damage, health damage, as these teeth pierce through your chains.
Brace my Danax crosswise so that I don't get fucking swallowed whole to absorb some of the bite. 2 points of direct damage, though.
Bjorn, no! No!
He almost disappears from view from everyone else as these tendrils wrap around you.
I'll put my boot into it just to, generate a little bit of space and then swing my axe at it. You will fucking let her go! Critical! 58 points.
Job.
High five, Nathan.
So as its maw is open, you manage to step back and just an upsweep of your axe into the inside of its maw, and you chop a huge piece of rocky dead meat debris from it. And as that chunk comes flying off, It immediately retreats. Begins to retreat.
Attack of opportunity. Class feature.
Okay.
As it
No
tries,
love but you.
as it tries to leave melee range with it, I will strike back at it.
Let's break all of its toys.
Now, it's not actually a normal attack roll.
I like the finger wave that he did.
So this is actually a reaction roll. 16 on a reaction roll. So I can choose an effect, which is either I can stop it from moving or do damage. I'm going to stop it from moving. I'm not going to just grab hold of it and go, "You're not going anywhere, motherfucker!"
Yeah, you dig your heels in, like, as it tries to drag you under, you manage to bolster yourself against a rock. You've got your axe jammed into the top of its mouth. You're like, holding it in position.
Ready for the line, you just still.
Does anyone care if I go next?
Please do.
I'm going to... Hopefully, I've closed enough distance in those last 2 attempts to close this last distance.
You do. Yeah.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is run up to the motherfucker. And I'm going to mark stress as long as my unstoppable doesn't trigger. So he can take some 2d12 damage. So he takes, that's 16, 17 damage from my horns as I just plow into it and go, no!
You gouge it.
No! And then I'm just going to,
Dead flesh falls away.
There's a maw that's kind of half grabbed onto Bjorn. I'm going to grab what I assume is the chest or the back of a corpse.
Yep.
I'm just going to dig my hands into its rib cage and just rip it in half and just try to tear my way into the worm.
Sink your fingers into the dead flesh.
And I'm going to spend a hope to use my proficiency in my experience, in Indomitable Physique. To add 2 to the roll. It's a fucking critical.
We're gonna get accused of being staged at this point.
This is fucking phenomenal, man. I've never played a game like this before in my life.
For the listeners, he is beaming.
Such a big smile.
So he's gonna take 48 damage, and then wait. I'm gonna initiate a combo strike by marking a stress, which allows me to just feed in d4s until I roll lower than what I rolled. So I'm just going to rip into its chest, and with my horns on my forehead, I'm just going to start bashing my way in towards Bjorn.
Headbutts of death.
I rolled a 4. Don't roll lower than a 4. Fuck, I'm only rolled 5 damage.
Okay.
But still, it's another hit for 5 damage.
Okay, as you pull his dead flesh and rocks out of the way and rip it apart in your hands and bury your head forward to try and bash your way through its inner skin, for lack of a better term, your horns bash up against some rocks there and you don't feel like you're getting any further in. I'll use some fucking fear!
Oh, wait. I get to clear a stress and gain a hope for that.
Yes, you do.
You feel better already.
While I'm bashing my way into the worm, like, you're not taking another friend from me! You're not fucking taking another one!
The creature thrashes around and it's more clasped back down on you, Bjorn. And at the same time, one of these tendrils of this creature, like where you created this hole of dead flesh, gets filled with other appendages and bits of corpse and rock as it all consumes and rolls back into position in the hole that you've made. And a tendril of pallid corpse flesh smashes into you. You're 20! Pay back to bitch!
You know what? We are going to the casino after this.
Yes, it's more cracks down around you once again, Bjorn, and 50 points as these teeth
Jump.
So 5-0.
5-0?
crunch down.
Are you dead?
I will once again maneuver my Dane axe into the way to sort of like using the full width of the half to stop me being fucking swallowed whole.
All this necrotic saliva is like rock and acid dripping from inside it. It's all crumbling down around you, and the stink is offensive. Landy, this tendril wraps around you, around one of your arms as it tightens. You can feel it snapping. And you turn 17.
So you can see my arms bending back painfully, but still the patterns that are drawn onto my flesh still they flow up my body and flow down into my arm. And I'm going to mark a point of armor to take some of that damage.
And Bjorn, you're still standing there holding it in place with your axe still wedged in. It's trying to pull back into the earth and your feet are starting to slip.
Nearly in the spot I was before, I'm going to draw an arrow, and as I ready it to get ready, I start to notice that thumping in my ears is starting to mellow down. And I look around and I realize that I can't hear anything, and I feel a little woozy for a second, and I realize it's about to pass over me again. I'm going to activate my experience supernaturally violent as the whistling starts, and I'm going to peel out a thunder of arrows at this thing. That surgical precision that you've seen from me before it emerges again, and fire away. Shit.
Did you hit it? Did you hit?
I got actually, I'm going to use my human ability of adaptability. When you use a roll, when you fail a roll that utilized one of your experiences, you can mark a stress to reroll. How does a 20 with fear sound?
Stop giving him fear.
This is the second time this has happened this whole biome. And hit the son of a bitch for 18 damage. And when the arrow connects, I'm going to use my poison to deal a mark of stress to him as well.
You really feel like the arrow strikes in and you can see that the poison starts to take hold. Bjorn, you're really straining now to keep this creature in position as
It wants to run, but it's got you in its mouth, me on its back.
Yeah.
On its back or in its back?
Both.
You can hear that taking in a gurgling on a breath. And these screams, this cacophony of screams come from it again. You go.
I reach Kaya and I grab her hand towards her. Are you okay? Okay?
I'm okay. Are you okay?
Okay, we have to go help. Come on. And I drag her towards the worm.
Okay.
And can I make it to close range? If we were in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to make an agility roll to
Yep. I can
get
do
within
that.
close.
Hopefully they haven't just killed us. Haha. That is 15 with hope.
Yeah. Yep. You managed to make it within close range of this creature. As writhing around, you can see Bjorn in its maw.
All right.
The landing buried in its side.
And I just start grabbing stuff from around me and I start chucking it at it. Just whatever I can get, any sort of like
There's rocks,
boots,
stones.
rocks, daggers, whatever I can. And as I'm doing that, I inadvertently cast Arcane Barrage. Once per rest, spend any number of hope and shoot magical projectiles that strike a target of your choice within close range. Roll a number of d6s equal to the hope spent and deal that much magic damage to the target. So as they start just getting really fast and then other things just start flying around me and I'm just sort of like barely just throwing stuff and
Arcane charging everything.
I'm gonna fucking unload. So I'm
Throw
gonna
your shoe at it.
spend 6 hope.
I cast
These
arcane
56s?
garbage.
So it doesn't say whether to roll to attack, whether I do one for all of them or each one individually. It doesn't say.
Does
so
it
I'm
say
gonna
to
leave
roll for attack? Does it just say roll?
Oh, no, I think
D6?
it just happens.
Yeah, you're spending hope. You're spending
This is
6 hope to
even
do it. Spending 6 hope to do it, though.
I love how excited you are.
Do it in the box. I should have gotten one from everyone. Do it in the box? All right.
More importantly, I want to know exactly what each one of these projectiles are.
It's a boot, a rock, some guy's helmet, a shoe.
All right. Some 6s. So I got
That dude, it's
I
the
got
front
6,
half of that
a
dude.
6, a 12, then 2 5s for 22, and then 2 3s for 28 points of damage.
Critical, by the way. 'Cause it was like 2 6s,
Yeah, I've
2
got
5s,
6 6
2
5
3s.
5 3 3, which if anything I should double everything now.
Yes, 100%. I completely agree.
Yeah.
What does it look like as these objects strike this thing?
I imagine they just get really fast and just start like piercing through,
Like hot or imbued with arcane energy?
imbued with energy. Like as I'm throwing them and more stuff just keeps coming up around me and just starts peppering it like bullets. Yeah, and it's just like anything I can find. It's clothes, it's limbs, it's you know, whatever I can get chuck at it. It's just getting this like power burst into it.
You see all these charged random, as you're all standing there wrapped up with this thing, these charged random objects just start blasting bits of rock and flesh from this creature. And it screams once more. And then Bjorn, you finally are no longer able to hold it in place, and it retreats and disappears.
No!
Disappears.
I will take an attack of opportunity, though, as it retreats from melee range.
You can, as it disappears.
I'm half inside it.
You're going to.
You manage to exfiltrate this.
Damn.
14. I'm not going to try and hold it. I'll just damage it. Reroll that.
Come on,
'Cause
come
I
on, come on,
can.
Bjorn.
28 points.
Come on. Yes.
Rips free of my axe, and I come back in with the axe again as it tries to retreat.
You give it one last chop. You manage to carve off a big chunk of dead flesh and rock that slaps down, but it caves in upon itself, and all these rocks and earth tumbles in. And yeah, the earth underneath you rumbles as you feel what you think is this creature departing the area.
I'm going to immediately run up to Bjorn. Are you okay? Are you okay?
No. I'll collapse to my knees. Fuck.
Are those other cultists still nearby?
No. You look around and you are just, all of you standing amidst.
I'm still throwing stuff. Don't come back, you big shitty worm!
You're all standing amidst an absolute turmoil of destroyed earth, bodies that are mixed in. There's rocks and the dwarven bodies, pieces still sticking out of the earth here and there. There's an immolated, smouldering, well, still half on fire corpse. And yes, there's a ripped in half cultist on the other side. It is a diabolical mess.
Having heard the sound emanating from Kremlev again, I run over to him and I've activated my fate deck in the hopes of trying to attack the worm again, but now it's gone. But it is an immediately activated one called the High Cleric. So it means I immediately gain knowledge about one key truth in the current scene in the form of a riddle, poem, or vision. So as I have seen the worm disappear, heard the noise coming from Kremlev, I've run over to him, put one hand on the side of his face, and the other hand has grabbed his left hand and inadvertently touched the hair of the hag on his wrist.
You see a blinking, as he blinks in and out, and you see a dark, empty space with just Kremlev standing in the middle. In one hand, I've got a sword. It's just my hand is up to my elbow is laden in blood. In my other hand, I'm holding a severed head. You don't recognize the person, but you feel the emotional power that it has to both me as well as the person, and his corpse lays next to me as I hold his beheaded head in one hand as his body lies next to me.
What emotion is it?
It's guilt and anger.
I think we both sort of snap awake at the same time.
Yeah, at that point, the whistling would abruptly end and I'd drop to the floor.
Would he know?
No, I don't think you would. No, you wouldn't have felt me come through and see that. I'm just side-eyeing you a little bit and then go, ugh, and shake my head. Kremlis, are you okay? Up. Are you okay?
I'm laying in the
Doing that.
dirt and I rub my eyes and go, oh, did it happen again?
Yes, you've got to stop doing that. Stop activating it.
I'm not trying to. It just does. Before while I'm looking, I'm going to quickly look around and just double check and see that the beast has in fact left.
Prone next to you is Bjorn on one knee, just absolutely lacerated with blood just dripping from multiple wounds around him.
I'll slowly get back to my feet and look around. Did we all survive, Slow Andy?
I think so. I think we're all okay.
Okay.
Sit. You've done enough. Sit.
No, don't sit. There was more of them. There could be more of them. We need to get into the trees.
I agree. We need to leave. This
And
is
I-
too dangerous.
I go and help Bjorn get up and try and help
Let's
move
get
it.
back to the horses and then I can help heal you when we get back to somewhere safe that is not here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
Hobble along. I'll use my axe as a walking stick.
The pointy bit's so pointy.
It's okay. You all rally around each other and take stock of what just happened and then start heading away from this site of violence and corruption.
If Phaedra's trying to help me along, I'll just look down at her. So you're a magician too now?
No. Yes. No. Just, I don't know. Keep walking. You're delirious.
I know what I saw.
As they walk down the ridgeline after I've helped Kremlev up, I'm going to look at Phaedra. We need to talk.
Clearly. Actually, we all need to talk.
No, you and I need to talk. What you just did was very dangerous. I cannot believe you would just run at it like that. And what do you mean we buried him?
No, we had to search for
I'm
leader.
probably standing like in the midst of the churn earth where the creature was, and I'm kind of a bit lost. I've hit the stage where I'm now frozen. That I can't. For one, I can't believe I've survived. For two, I can't believe how hurt my friends are and how it might be my fault for not having killed it. And three, I know that I kind of blacked out for a second there, and Phaedra said, "Don't ever touch me again," or whatever, and I don't know what I did. So I feel like they're rallying, and I'm not part of that. I'm just sort of a little bit detached and a little bit like awed and a little bit terrified at the same time.
Landy, check that burnt body and catch up.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, the rest of you clambering over rocks and getting stuck in the soft earth and helping each other out, and it's almost like going through quicksand to a degree, or there's a sinkhole where you step and the floor collapses away. Stepping over bodies and over the rocks, collectively you head out of this small valley towards where, and when you look to where the horses were tethered, you can see a similar turmoil of earth and upturned trees and ground and
16 legs pointing up.
We have to walk back horses.
that have been where your horses were tethered.
Oh, man.
And you continue a little bit further, and Kremlev, you see it first. There are a couple of your horses which obviously been spooked. There's two of them grazing at the top of a hill quite far away. Not typical of this land to have wild horses just grazing in an open field. Thalandy, what are you doing as your comrades pick their way through the refuge?
So I can see them my friends all carrying themselves off in the distance, and there's a moment there where I question whether or not I should join them. Whether the worm might be after me and not actually at the beck and call of these cultists, or I'm confused as to what's happening. So I kind of lean down in the earth, and I place my hand deep into the soil, and I just try to feel a connection to Revelstoke and the earth spirits, and I can't quite feel it, I reckon. Something is not there. You know, there's a corruption that's been left in the wake of this turned earth. And I start to despair. I think of my wife, Arvia, and the despair gets greater. But then I think about the rallying words that Phaedra said to me. And I start to think, okay, no, I can't give up now. I can't succumb. I've got a purpose, and I've got a direction, and I need to find. I don't even know what, but there's something I need to find. So I'm going to roll that d6 she gave me to clear some stress, and clear all of my stress. And then I'm going to stand up a bit renewed, and think, okay, I've got clarity of purpose. I'm going to search these bodies. I'm going to get whatever clues I can, and then I'm going to go find my friends.
As you go through the refuse of these discarded bodies and limbs, one that was set ablaze, essentially has been burned to a crisp, doesn't have anything to survive the fire apart from maybe buckles or buttons. And then you see a bloody mess of a cultist that had this chest cavity is essentially gone, and it's emptied all of its in blood and organs into the earth. He does have a spear that is lying nearby. It's snapped. But the other thing that you find is knapsack that has been cast aside and the strap torn. You open it up and have a look inside, and There's different bits of paper, and they look like what's drawn on them is really poor maps. So poor, in fact, that you probably can't discern. You'd be very surprised if anyone could discern of what they represent. But there is one that you find, you go, oh, and it looks like the setup of this, what you just went through. So there's little circles around where you assume that these cultists were hiding. There's an arrow drawn through the center of the valley, and then some sketch marks that you assume represent whatever that dwarven troop were. So there's that, and they all have that similar Nate planning sketches, if you will. And there is one other note of interest.
To the Chosen, both baits set as instructed. The Thulians and Dustmorians are moving to the old quarry road for the clash. The rites are prepared, the blood harvest will begin by sunrise. May the sovereign worm feast on their flesh and souls. By fated hand.
Eventually, the rest of you get back to that small intersection where the undulating land continues up through the small hills and where the valley was. And then opposite is where these horses must have spooked and run to. Over to you guys. What would you like to do from here?
Before I make it back to the group, I'm just going to gather up as much weapons and armor. I'll get whatever rope I can find and just run it through the armholes of a bunch of suits of armor and tie them together and just...
A lot of it has been smashed and buried, and you could spend how much time you want to spend trying to recover.
I reckon if we're going to form any kind of resistance at the campsite, we're going to need all the weapons and armor we can get. So I don't want to spend a dangerous amount of time here, but I'm going to do what I can to salvage what I can.
Okay.
I'll turn to Phaedra and Bjorn. You two stay here. You're hurt, Bjorn. You stay here. Kremlev and I will go and get the horses.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the point where we're at sort of reasonably sheltered as far as from sight of anyone riding around this area?
Yeah. Yep. You start to surmise that if you wanted to stay hidden from the land or from view, what is surrounding plains, it's probably a good option to actually travel through here, which stands to reason for the dwarven troop.
I will. I'll look for a comfy spot and take a seat.
You prop yourself up and get as comfortable as you can, despite the searing pain through your shoulders and legs.
And I'll start trying to figure out what part of him is bleeding. I don't know. All of it. I don't know.
Does this go in here?
Yeah. I'm not the healing type. But I try my best. See if I can help.
What about if it is? Ow! No.
Does this hurt?
After I've told Phaedra and Bjorn to sit tight, I motion for Kremlev to follow me up the hill as we go after the horses.
While you're picking your way, it's actually not as easy going as you would like or as you would think. Finding solid ground to step on and not slipping, but you support each other as you start scrambling up towards to try and get hold of these horses and bring them back.
I cannot believe what just happened. My brother was in that worm.
You,
Thimble, do you remember me telling you about Thimble?
Well, only vaguely. I think we've barely had the time to discuss anything.
He was my brother in the way that Phaedra is my sister. He was such a gentle and kind person, and he was in that worm. Tears just start falling. I'm still set on walking to these horses, but this level of exhaustion just come over me as I am crying.
Can I grab you by the wrist and turn you around and just hold my arms out in gesturing for a hug?
Yeah, I take you up on it.
I don't say anything. I just give you the time you need, and when you're ready, we'll go get the horses.
Almost collapse into you. It's just this level and this wave of exhaustion just runs over me. So, just almost physically collapse into you, and just, the tears are just streaming down my face.
Just in the quiet, I'm just going to hold on to you for as long as you need and just wait for you to back away.
I thought we buried him. Did you hear her say that?
Look, I didn't hear much, to be honest. I kind of got a bit in my head. It was very scary.
I thought she said we buried him. I don't understand why she would say that. She said that she hadn't seen him and that she thought that he was alive and off. But I could have sworn that was Thimble in that worm. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm not very good with the supporting emotions thing. It's.
You did fine. Thank you.
I'm sure whatever she did, she cares about you. I'm sure whatever she did it for you.
I know. She cares too much sometimes, I think.
You've been walking for a while, and as you are heading up this hillside, you see that the clouds are starting to gather around these hills in the plains. Probably an hour or so away from getting up towards the peak of these hills. As you start getting closer, there are 3 horses that you've spotted. And while you'd think that this will be a good vantage spot to see across the plains, it's the cloud cover and the rain that's starting to come in that actually preventing you from getting a view.
Look, I think this might be a bad time to discuss it, but do you have your tarot deck with you?
Always.
I'm just a little worried about something. Do you mind if we do a reading real quick?
Of course. Pull out my fate deck and hand it to him.
The rain is coming down around you, but you held together and pull your cloak over the top of both of you. Make a little bit of shelter from which to shuffle and draw a card.
Well, so I pick it up and I get Judgment right side up.
As you've handed the cards back to me, I see the card that you hand me. What question were you asking? What were you wanting to know? This card is about reflection.
I'm worried something is changing inside of me. I wasn't fully truthful before when I was discussing this thing on my wrist, and in that moment I start scratching my arm again furiously. When I said to you I black out when it happens, I lied. I'm fully conscious while it happens, and I'm aware of what I'm doing. And
I thought you said you could not control it.
Yes, but at the same time, I love every second of it. I've never felt more powerful than...
I take a step back.
I know it's wrong, and I don't know what to do. I need help.
This card is about change and reflection and renewal. Self-evaluation, essentially. Whatever you're doing, you need to stop. I fear for you, and I fear for your soul. If this is something that is bringing you joy, death should never bring joy.
I know. It conflicts inside of me. This part of me knows that it's terrible, like eating feeling inside of me that I've never felt more powerful and more in control of my destiny and my fate. I'm worried I'm losing touch with who I am, and I need help. I don't know what to do.
This card, Judgment, it is trying to tell you to seek clarity. It is trying to tell you address past issues, and you need to be open to the renewal of love.
And it's at that point this sheet of rain comes across the top of the hills, brings with it a coldness that is inherent with the winter rains.
I shuffle my cards again and put them away, give Kremlev a nod, and just start walking back towards the horses again.
Just as you start walking away, as before, I reach out and try to grab you by the wrist, and I say, Kai, I'm sorry.
You have lied to me again. Let that be the last.
Of course.
Bjorn and Phaedra.
While everyone else is off doing their thing. So you changed the subject just before. You're a magician, right?
No.
I don't hate you for it. I've had to adjust my beliefs quite a bit over the last few days.
I'm not. It's just, sometimes when I get really emotional, things happen. I'm not like Kaya. We're not the same. She looks at books, looks at symbols. She pursues it, reads it, obsesses over it. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. It's happened before, but not really. And that could have been a dream or not a dream. I'm really still not convinced about what happened. And it's just, I'm not I don't want it. I don't want to use it. I don't want anything to do with it. I just want to be normal. I just want to tell stories, make people laugh, give people hope.
I know 2 magicians now, and both of you say you don't know what you're doing.
We're not a magician. We're not a magician.
You cast magic, right? You cast spells?
I don't cast anything. I'm just trying to get the worm off of you. That's all.
And I appreciate that. I'm not having attacking you here. I appreciate what you did. Much as I said to Kaya before when she did it. It was just a surprise.
It was a surprise to me as well. I didn't know that was going to happen. I don't know any of it was going to happen. I didn't know there was going to be a worm coming out of the ground. Bodies in it. Oh, what am I going to tell Kaya? I don't know what to do. And then
Tell her what? About what?
just everything. And then Landy put his...
What did Sir Andy do? I didn't see that.
I think he lost himself for a little bit. And
Sir Andy did? I'm supposed to be the one that loses myself in the battle.
no, you're the biggest teddy bear here at the moment.
I don't think I've ever been called that before.
I don't know anymore. I just want to stop this fucking bleeding. Why you've got so much blood? Surely you're out by now.
I hope not. Because when I run out, it means pretty bad things.
At that point, the rain catches up with you two,
Oh, great.
washes over you.
No, that feels better. That's better. And I just put my head up to the sky and close my eyes and just let the rain wash over me. And for once in my life, I actually want to be clean. I just breathe.
Landy, you have been foraging for armor and blades and spears and axes and the like. You have gathered whatever you think is of value without really assessing much of it. Just, no, that looks like it's intact. You managed to bundle it up in cloaks or tarpaulin from what used to be a cart that they must have been using and tied it together with a rope. And you're getting in a position now where you think you've probably tied yourself out and also starting to think you not want to linger any longer.
Feeling the rain on my back, then going down my face and my hair. So I'm starting to feel the energy of the spirits come back over me, and I'm feeling more refreshed than I did before. But I still sense a distance, and I really just want to get back home. So I'll hoist this heavy load up onto my back, and I'm just going to lose myself in the rhythm of the pitter-patter of the rain, splashing onto sheets of metal and that noise that it makes, that ringing noise. I'm going to find some comfort in that, in the distraction of it. And I'm doing my best not to think of my wife.
And that's where we're going to call a session, girl.
What? Already?
There's like
Far out. I was thinking both of you are going to come back and be like, we need to talk. And I'm like, great, do I go with one who strangles me or the one who I lied to about this dead friend? Oh, jeez.
Rich, hard conversation to have.
Great.
everybody wants to talk to Phaedra.
I know. Why did I pick a character that's whole thing is talking?
I really was hoping to kill someone.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
Close.
You nearly
Close.
took Bjorn. He had 1 wound
Yeah.
left.
Oh, really?
Had 2 wounds up to it.
Oh, wow. Well, it is possible.
I thought
She was
you
down.
just want us to kill the world. Oh, that's so funny. I really wanted to kill him with a food.
Shoo!
Like, please, let this
It's like the way you cast arcane garbage.
Yeah, how close was it? How close was it?
Random bullshit. Go.
Oh, come on, just tell us.
It is important to note that the game uses the Daggerheart tabletop role-playing system, published by Darrington Press and Critical Role LLC. We play under the Darrington Press Community Gaming License. This is an unofficial fan production, not affiliated or endorsed by Darrington Press or Critical Role.
It jumps out of hole.